deny you. I can't deny, I can't deny you.
I need new flavor, reason to throw my game, not really why I came. Oh, do me a favor, pour me another glass, pour hearts that never last.
Enjoying the show? Show your support for the live stream and the people making the show. Buy a super chat or super sticker on YouTube directly. Select your donation and type your message to the world. And share. All donations go into directly funding new shows. Buy a super sticker or super chat now. Thank you. We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV, ULTI.net.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Right now, he's gonna have to bid. Just a football.
Huge layout block, unbelievable stuff on the front corner of the end zone.
Maybe just that boost of energy they needed.
A huge swing pass and a great grab there from Spear.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Bichon picks up and they've got a short field. They've got another goal. It's tied up at 12. I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
Can Lola Dam chase that one down? That is a score for Hartlinger Elferkel. Fantastic run by Julia Lutz.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge.
And we believe that requires knocking down the paywall.
We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch, and we want them to go viral.
When you become a member, you enable us to improve our working relationships with tournament organisers, events and federations.
And you'll help us to produce live stories for Ultimate fans, and to generate new fans with our enhanced content.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts, and we want to bring you coverage on a more consistent basis. We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Ciao ragazzi, support the community.
Let's subscribe ULTI.TV. There's lots of the videos, posting, everything. Check it out. They are the best one. Woo!
If you want to grow Ultimate Sport, become a member of ULTI.TV.
Regardez ULTI.TV. Deviens un membre d'ULTI.TV et fais grandir ta communauté.
Top ULTI.TV فيلم يروجينكما Ultimate vendromena.
Si quieres ayudar a ULTI.TV, puedes ser miembro de ULTI.TV.
Everyone, follow ULTI.TV on Instagram, on YouTube. They've got everything.
Best content.
Like their pictures if you love Frisbee. Just do it.
We're counting on you.
Bli medlem på ULTI.TV.
Became member
of ULTI.TV.
Mamma mia.
Contribue au développement d'Ultimate avec ULTI.TV.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
We want to grow Ultimate.
We want to grow Ultimate. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We have our signature style 2-camera setup,
with thousands of hours of experience,
and our crew is globally dispersed to facilitate coverage everywhere around the world. We can also scale back our broadcast with just one elevated camera, or scale up with 2 fields, 2 cameras, and 2 commentators on each.
We work with local teams and we all have the same mission, to grow the sport and bring it to new people by providing live coverage and news stories.
Become a member today on our Patreon page.
And fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories, ideas and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world and beyond.
Help us go electric, become a member.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
You can hear Ukraine break the huddle there, here in PRIENAI for the European Ultimate Indoor Championships Open quarterfinal action continuing with the aforementioned Ukraine taking on the Netherlands. Saw in the VT there a beautiful sun-drenched drone shot of the PRIENAI arena. Well, it is cold and snowy outside, but mercifully perfect conditions indoors here in the arena. Netherlands and Ukraine in the open quarterfinals, trying to join Belgium and Latvia in the semis. Here's how these two sides fared yesterday. For the Netherlands, a 16-12 win over Denmark, 17-13 over Finland, and finished the day with a 17-5 win over Turkey. For Ukraine, mixed fortunes. Lost their first game against Great Britain, 17-15, and then lost to Sweden, 14-16, but finished the day with a 13-11 win over Latvia too. So you think, oh, that's one win and 2 losses. How have they found themselves in the top 8? Well, by virtue of a 3-way tie with Great Britain and Latvia too, because they had the best points difference against Sweden, it is the Ukraine who find themselves in the quarterfinals now and catching at the back of the end zone. We are underway. Also, it's just want to say how good it is to be able to have a Ukrainian side at an event like this, given everything that's going on in the country. And we stand with and play for Ukraine. Here's one over the top, into the end zone as well for the score. Clean hold for Ukraine to start proceedings. Korbachuk finds Cholkin for the score. Nice clean start there for the Ukrainians. The Chips were down yesterday, facing elimination from the top 8, but pulled out the win against the Latvians. Did what they needed to do to find themselves in this game. And up against the currently undefeated Dutch men. Ten Haken, Johan van der Wood, Nagaoka. Artes comes underneath, leading it across to Blasman. Blasman continuation to Nagaoka. That was slick from the Dutch. Looking very efficient. The Orange may have crashed out of the Football World Cup yesterday evening, which I must admit we were watching the game, and do feel for the Dutch, especially when you go out on penalties. It feels tough, but have to pick themselves up here. Before the day started, Tom Blasman was leading the division in stats with 14 assists and 9 goals from the Netherlands' 3 games. Not a bad stats tally, that. On the sideline here, Daniliak, now swinging all the way over across Zavalenko. Back to Daniliak. Moving this nicely in the reset space here, the Ukraine, but not really getting any separation downfield. That looks like a pick. Yoretanya unable to keep up as they were coming through the middle. See a red sleeve with the 3 crosses of Amsterdam on it. On Tanya's left arm. Played over the top, caught, and now coming short towards the disc, Cholkin. They're really forcing the Ukraine to try and work this and grind it down the pitch. But so far, the Ukraine happy to do that. Andrejchuk. Oh, he wants the shots, but he just overthrew it. So, first turnover of the game. Can the Dutch do anything with it? Tanya looking for the blade deep straight away and immediately defended. Excellent block there by Korbachuk. Blade over the top. Daniliak. Andrejchuk. Back to Daniliak. They're having to take these bladey swings and they're losing yardage as they do so, although, again, less important that indoors. Well, there will come a point when they can't, obviously, because they'll have no more room to do that. There's a foul. These are real grinding possessions. Popped over the top. Nice catch, that one on the far sideline for Chokin. Chokin down the line. Finds Vladislav Horbatyuk. And again, although these points are tough, they are a real grind. Have I said the word grind enough this morning? Not sure that I have. Ukraine generally staying patient enough to make it work. Down the sideline, here's Tierates with the goal. Again, you can see the 3 crosses of Amsterdam on his compression sleeve. Lovely throw that for the score as well on the far sideline. Finding enough room to work it down there, I believe. It was who else but Blasman with the assist. See why he was the leading stat compiler through 3 games in the division. Since been overtaken by Ref Yonkers, but I believe, well, I'd be very surprised if he was not top of that division by the end of this game. I think he might right be already. Here's the hammer over the top towards the far side. Pick. De Bruyne. Unable to catch up with Horbatyuk. This ball return into the thrower's hands. Going with the scuba, and Horbatyuk reels it in. Ukraine have come to play here today. You can see just getting the edge right, floating it over the top there is Zavalenko. Makes it Netherlands 2, Ukraine 3. Ukraine? That's another country. Blasman underneath. Ten Harken's going for it, and Van der Wood has the answer. Such a reliable scoring threat is Johan van der Wood. We saw him be very effective on the beach a couple of months ago at EUIC for Chronicle Dizziness, the team out of Groningen in the Netherlands. And in the club season was playing his ultimate not in the Netherlands, but over in France for Is No Good of Noisy-le-Sec, just outside Paris. As you can see, a very strong receiver, but more than capable with it just in his hands as well. One of those pick your poison type players. It really does feel like the Dutch have disrupted the Ukrainian rhythm offensively. There's no real flow. It's very stop-start. Played across to Horbatyuk. Faking the scuba. Into the backfield goes Andrejchuk. That one, wow, the ping came out of absolutely nowhere from Cholkin, but it was on the money and brilliantly brought down for the score by Vladislav Zavalenko. And it makes it 4-3 to the Ukraine. Brilliant grab, that one, over the defender to give Ukraine the 4-3 lead. This game not as quick as some of the other we've seen this weekend, but still moving on at a relatively brisk tempo, such as indoors. Ten Haken swinging to Van der Wood. Calling for Blasman to come a little bit closer, faking the over the top to Nagaoka. Van der Wood. Van der Wood with the shot over the top and brilliantly caught by Ten Haken. You can see just how much quicker the Netherlands offense moves. They have a very good idea of what their roles are. They fill them brilliantly. And everything just feels more natural, more fluid for them. Rather than the more circumspect way that the Ukraine have been playing with the disc in hand. So brought in here from the brick mark by Vladislav Horbatyuk. To the break side, Dima Cholkin. That one, what a layout grab that is. Good spirit as well from the sideline was Myers there, who immediately signalled that Daniliak was in. Downfield with Cholkin. Got a poach on that far side. Wisely takes it. It is Daniliak. He sees the space. He's begging for someone to take it. And Zavalenko obliges. There is a pick. But I don't think it affected. And the goal stands. 5-4 Ukraine. You've seen generally from their results in that pool, Ukraine, that they can hang tough with the good teams. They do not necessarily go gentle into that good night. And they lead the Dutch here 5-4. Still no breaks as of yet in this game. Myers. That one sits up nicely enough for Artez. Artez is such a supreme thrower. He's got a big arm when he needs to, but he also has a bit of finesse to go along with the power. Just takes a bit off this one, rolls it into the path of his receiver for the score, and you see it again here. Artez chasing it down. He's got Blasman deep. He's got a couple of steps of separation. All he needs to do is make sure that it's catchable, and boy, is it catchable. 5 apiece. Still no breaks. Just the one turnover aside. And those both came in the third point. Horbatyuk. Nice scuba towards the weak side to Daniliak. Blading back to Cholkin. Zavalenko. Daniliak. Daniliak to the end zone for Cholkin. 6-5. Ukraine 100% came ready to play today. I think Blasman was trying to make his mind up as to where they wanted the disc to come in. And he's going to go back to the brick mark. Blasman going with the scuba. Van der Wood in the end zone. Good pressure applied from the Ukrainian defender, but not enough. Van der Wood can be supreme in the skies. And despite the best efforts of Vlad Yerov, there was nothing he could do. You can see Nagaoka coming underneath. Clears that space on the break side. And Van der Wood boxes out well. 6 apiece. Crossing Blasman and Artes over to play a little bit of defense now. That ball very nearly hit some of the rafters. Rafters the technical term? Some of the steel beams in the ceiling. This is where you heard the oohs among those watching. Cholkin with the shock blonde hair. High knife. Caught by Zavalenka going to the end zone. Oh, he undersold it a little bit. Jos Wessels coming in to get the block. You've now got some strong offensive weapons on the D-line. Liesch to Blasman. Blasman to the end zone. The low flat hammer and the punch spike from Artes. And the game's first break goes the way of the Dutch, as I think you can probably tell. I like that he's looking infield there. Can he find a way to get it off the line? Not seeing one. I don't think it's peripheral vision. He sees Artes coming free, so he turns, squares his hips again to look downfield, gets the hammer out to Artes for the score. In from the brick mark. Can Ukraine pick themselves up from the game's first break, or will the Netherlands get on a roll here? Spicy one to the end zone. Not a problem for Vladislav Horbatyuk, his third goal of the game. Back level at 7s. You see Daniliak looking infield. The cut comes down the line, so he turns. Still gets it out early enough to try and really lead the receiver into space rather than just trying to spear it on him. (7-7) current score. Just under halfway through the game time-wise. Scuba towards the far sideline. That's the first Dutch turnover. Ten Harken just overthrew Blasman. Nothing more to it than that. You have the space on the break side. Not a terrible option, just not well executed. A couple of pump fakes. Throw into that underneath area. Faking the scuba. Wilczynski goes towards the far sideline. Oh, stoppage. Blasman couldn't bring it down. It's going to go back to Vlad Yerov, I think. The Ukrainian number 17. Feels like the temperature's dropped a little bit here today. Getting the nods from the production crew that they seem to agree as well. There's the blade across. That's the break back for the Ukraine. Getting it there at the first time of asking. Vladyerov finds after Wilczynski for the score. Ukraine back on top here, 8-7. Good, tight game this. Exactly the sort of contest you want at a European Championship here indoors in Lithuania. We're in the PRIENAI venue, about 40 minutes away by car from Kaunas. We're also streaming the mixed and women's division today from different venues. Galivar for mixed, with the women's division at Costa, as that one is put in for the Netherlands, puts us at 8 apiece, and we will have Galaxy Point here, sudden death to take half. Here's the score again. Ten Haken looking at the end zone, gives it off to Blasman, and he steals a march, gets the inside track there on Dima Cholkin. And Blasman is all too happy to oblige. Nice deep pull again from the Netherlands. Galaxy Point now. High crab, really well made there by Vladislav Zavalenko. And they're playing with fire. But at the moment, they are able to handle the heat. Cholking to Sasha Danilak. And it's a 9-8 Ukraine lead at half on serve. Both sides with a break apiece. Exciting, tight game this. Both sides turned it over just twice in that half. They both turned it over on the third point. Ukraine gave it away, but the Dutch got it back. Gave it back, I should say. And then Ukraine scored at 6 apiece. The Dutch were able to get the block, bank it in to go 7-6 up. Ukraine helped to go 7-all, and then an overthrow, the scuba out of the far sideline from Ten Haken gave the Ukraine the chance to put this game back on serve and retake the lead. They duly obliged. The Dutch answered, but Ukraine holding strong on Galaxy Point. So they will take a 9-8 advantage on serve into the second half here. About 16.5 minutes left, as you'll be able to see one of the countdown timer in the top corner of your screen. I say countdown, it's count up timer, obviously. Nagaoka underneath. Van der Wood going towards the far sideline. Trying to open things up with the scuba to Blasman. Oh, what a grab. It's good pressure there from Vladislav Daniliak. But Blasman was just too strong. That is faith in the extreme in your receiver there from Van der Wood. And when Blasman's having the weekend that he's having, you know, you get it. It's 14 assists and 9 goals coming into this game for Blasman. And he got another 2 goals and 5 assists to that tally. One of the rising stars in the European game is Blasman. Number 99 for the Dutch and for Frit. Here's Vlad Slavolenko. Dima Chokin underneath. Slavolenko over to the far side for Horvath. Taking the reset there, it was free to Slavolenko. This is sensible from the Ukraine. If they're being given those little poached pops, take them. Use what the defense is giving you. Keep them on the back foot. Change the angles of attack. Horvath, nice knife over the top. Change from field position. Oh, a miscommunication between Slavolenko and Sasha Daniliak. Daniliak was planting from one corner to go to the other, but Slavolenko was assuming that that was where the cut was developing and was going to stick there. Den Brien to Wessels. Oh, this is going to ask a lot of Liège. It's going to ask too much of him, and ULTI.TV's own, as I can proudly call him, Finn Liège, just climbing up the bleachers to avoid a rather hefty contact and sitting himself on the top step. But a good opportunity to take the lead there. Spurned by the Dutch. Can't have another heartbreaking quarterfinal loss this weekend, surely. Slavolenko scuttling in the end zone was Horvath. He doesn't get it, and oh my word, Dima Chokin. That is outrageous. Sasha Daniliak just sits on the floor because he knew that his get out of jail free card has been well and truly played in the form of Dima Chokin. Oh, how has he caught that one? That's unbelievable. It just looks sure like it was dying, but he's able to not only get his hands underneath to prevent that contact with this hard wooden floor, but it sticks in there as well. That is simply brilliant. Blasman. Here's Van der Wood. A couple of players in the end zone. Doesn't like either of them taking the reset. Ten Haken. Artez is poached, that's where they go. Myers, all seeing the scuba. Blasman with a lightning quick hands to come through and make the grab for the score. You see here on the replay, just beckoning him in through. Beckoning him through. There we are, let me get my words out of my mouth. And it's, tell you what, it's not far away from the defender, but he's got that long wingspan, has Blasman, and the lightning quick reflexes and hands as well to get there in front. Across Nagaoka to play a little bit of defense now over the Dutch. Vladislav Horvath catches the ball. First pass goes underneath to Daniliak. Andrichuk. High blade there. Daniliak catching and getting it off to Cholkin. A lot easier one for him this time. Gone right the way back to the back of their own end zone. Zavalenko. This is good tight defense by the Dutch. Stall count must be rising. Has to get that one off. Stall called. Daniliak made the catch. Did he get that throw off in time? I cannot tell you. Obviously, I cannot hear the stall count from all the way up here with my headphones on. Just over 10 minutes of game time left before the cap goes on. I think because both teams know what a crucial point this is in this game. 10 apiece with 10 minutes left. It's important that you have a proper discussion to get the right result. The stall out will be contested. Coming in on stalling 6. Of course, stall count 8 indoors rather than the 10 we have outdoors because of the smaller nature of the pitches, the faster pace of the game. A high one down the line. And the Dutch get the block. Through Lee. And here is Lee. Mawson trying to scuttle his way free in the end zone. Lee gets the disc out quickly while Cholkin can't see it. And they capitalise quickly. Lee to Mawson. The Dutch on top now, 11-10. Only the third break total of this game. You see Lee's looking at Mawson all the way. But Cholkin gets himself in such a position where he's just face marking Mawson a little bit there. Well, I should say he's focusing on his matchup rather than kind of getting an idea of where the disc is. And as such, by the time he sees it, it's too late. Dutch taking too long to pull here, so it will be an automatic brick. Nice high snag by Zavalenko. The Ukraine, they see the shot, they take the shot. Cholkin to Sasha Daniliak for the score. Tell you what, this is some game. They really are playing for Ukraine, aren't they? You could argue that maybe they were fortunate to top the three-way tie to book their ticket to the quarterfinals, but I think they've shown in this contest that they can hang. Ten Haken to Blasman underneath. Finding Vanderwood. Artez probably going to swing this across. He does. There's the shot. Oh my goodness. We know how dominant Blasman can be in the air, but even he's not going to get a chance at that one. Jesse Myers just straight up airmailed it. When the Dutch got the break in the first half, Ukraine broke back at their first possible opportunity. Will they do it here as well? It's Wilczynski on the disc now, who caught the goal. Derkach. Back to Wilczynski. Gerov, who threw the assist on that Ukrainian break. There's the play down the line. Ukraine are pumped. Just as in the first half, the Netherlands get the break and surrender it immediately. Yarov catching the score on that far sideline from Vladislav Zavalenko. Ukraine on top 12-11. I think the Dutch are taking a timeout here. Both teams get 1 minute timeout to use each game. Has to be taken between points, and you cannot take it within 5 minutes of the cap. So this was going to be the last possible opportunity. Taking it probably at, 5:15 left to go? For the Dutch, the path is clear. Start by putting this offense in. And then maybe you cross some of your stars over to the D-line to get that break. For the Ukraine, as long as you don't turn over, you'll win this game. The pull from Holbertiuk. Blasman drops the pull, but it's indoors, so that doesn't matter. As long as you make a valid attempt to catch it, which he clearly did. Scoobering downfield to Van der Wood. He's got a little pop swing there to Ten Haken. That's where he goes. Ten Haken back to Blasman. Nagaoka underneath Van der Wood. Scoobing over the top. Blasman, Ten Haken. Blasman wanted it back. I thought Ten Haken was going to do it as well. High stall. Ten Haken in trouble. Tried to find Blasman. Ukraine had other ideas. Zavalenko knocking it out of the sideline. Just got in trouble there for not taking the easy give early in the stall and had to force something a little bit more suspicious late on, a bit more speculative. Blasman trying his darndest to get it back. Holbertiuk over towards the far sideline for Chalkin. You can see they've got some of the big players on defense now for the Ukraine. Will it pay dividends? Derkach. Zavalenko going with the scuba towards the far side. Vladislav Daniliak. Zavalenko. Holbertiuk sees that knife over to the far sideline. Player is poached. Ooh, Nagaoka tried to come in there to get the block, but he got there a bit late. Clattered into Roman Derkach. Immediately called the foul on himself. I think he knew that he got that one wrong. Very fair-minded of him to put his hands up, take the mea culpa on that one. Holbertiuk underneath. Artes flying through for the block, doesn't get it. Scuttling around on the mark. Oh, it's high. That's a good catch there by Zavalenko. Now going back to Chalkin. Ukraine with the scuba. Nagaoka doesn't get there, Derkach does. Derkach flips it to Holbertiuk. Ukraine break, they have their first 2-point lead in the game. Every other time they've broken, it's because the Netherlands have broke first and they've just brought it back on serve. but now they've got a little bit of room. It's not the prettiest pass, but it doesn't matter, it works all the same. You can see the Belgian Benoit Spappens vociferously cheering on Ukraine. As they try and pull the upset here. What a story that would be. They're letting the D-line play some offense here. I think so the Stars can play defense and try and get the break. Wessels. Foul on the mark. If there is contact, Wessels can call contact just to drop the stall back to 0 and play on, but with the foul call, play should stop. Chuli reminds him. Over towards the far sideline. Dembrien fakes the scuba. Tanya back to Dembrien. Here's Lee. And Lee finds the window through to Tanya. The hooter goes after that point is scored. So we will play this point and then we'll apply the score cap. So it'll be 14-12, game to 15, or 13-all, game to 14. I think we know which outcome either side would prefer. Dembrien has the disc to pull for the Dutch. Good pull as well. Curls back in at the back of the end zone. Blasman will put the mark on at the back corner. Horbachuk swinging all the way across the end zone. Daniliak. Martez a little bit rappy on that mark. Cholkin sees the blade over the top. Van der Woede playing defense now. So is Artez. So is Blasman. There's the blade. Oh my word, that is expansive. Cholkin lost his footing, but even if he hadn't, I think that was far too ambitious from Orest Andrijchuk. This could open the door for the Dutch. Blasman brings it to the front of the end zone. Mawson takes off deep. Dembrien comes under, and he loses the blade to Mawson. It's universe. Well, well, well. What a game. What a game. Not as high scoring as some of the contests we've played, but it has been remarkably clean. No side has turned over more than once in any point. The Dutch broke to take an 11-10 lead. And then from there, Ukraine put 3 on the spin to take it to 13-11. The Dutch held, got the break there. So 13-all, next goal wins. Horbachuk doesn't do a great job of catching the pull. Blasman to apply the mark. Vlad Daniliak. Cholkin to Sasha Daniliak. Cholkin streaking underneath. Looking for an option on a high stall, scoobering over the top. Good way to access the weak side, and Daniliak. That one's low, no way! What a grab from Zavalenko. Ukraine refused to be denied! And Zavalenko to Cholkin for the win. Heads in hands for the Dutch. But honestly, what a way to finish the game. Zavalenko with a disc he had absolutely zero right to catch. And I mean zero right. The Dutch heartbroken. A quarter-final defeat. on this weekend of all weekends seems cruel. But for Ukraine, what a victory that was. Honestly, sensational game. I know that when the tournament's all finished and I watch this back, this is certainly going to be one of the first games I turn to, because that was phenomenal. Honestly, instant classic. Instant classic. I cannot put it any clearer than that. I'm going to wrap up quickly so I can just enjoy this highlight reel in peace, to be honest. Oh, what a game that was. I mean, big contributions from big players for the Dutch. 3 goals and 5 assists for Blasman. 2 goals, 2 assists for Van der Wood. But for Ukraine, Sasha Daniliak. 2 goals, 4 assists. Vlad Slavolenko. 2 goals, 3 assists and a block. Horbatyuk, 3 goals, an assist and a block. Dima Cholkin, 4 assists, 4 goals, including the game winner. Just under 15 minutes until our next game starts. A very Nordic affair in our final quarter-final, with Sweden taking on Finland. But just so I can get time to catch my breath back more than anything, on behalf of the Zoom TV and ULTI.TV crews, Benji Reese saying we will see you on the other side.
ULTI.TV.